Yeah, I've worked hard on it.
Other kids.
Ken came to our school and he asked us like, what speeches did we do this year? Because unfortunately, he had missed it because there was a snowstorm the day of the competition. And I said, Lincoln's second inaugural. He said, which part did you memorize? I said, all of it. And his jaw just dropped because it's hard for him to memorize. It took me 2 days to memorize the Gettysburg Address.
So you were saying that Ken Burns you were featured in Ken Burns' documentary.
Yeah.
Called The Address.
Yeah. Which is a 90-minute documentary on PBS. It's one of his shortest documentaries. And it's just sort of like a touching tribute to the boys at Greenwood. And I had this revelation yesterday during graduation, one of the speeches. And I'm in 10th grade, so this has taken me a little while. And my revelation was that if you've got talent, they can put you behind a brick wall and you'll come through, and that's what the boys at Greenwood have. And I think that's just sort of a tribute to the rest of the guys, and Ken did a great job, and I'm one of the lead guys in there. I helped out, and yesterday I won the award it's called the Fellowship Award, and it's voted on by the students. And it's for a person who's a leader, a person who's a friend, a person who's been good to everyone in the school, and I'm glad I won. I like helping the younger guys. I'm more of a friend of the middle schoolers at my school than I am to the high school kids. Because the high school kids have told me, like, oh, we were never middle schoolers. Like, we don't like them. And I say to them, how's that possible? Like, I love the middle school kids. Sometimes they're better than you guys. And I have such great relationships with them. That's really been sort of the cause of this, and that's why I like helping them out. And then this year it took me 4 days to memorize Lincoln's second inaugural, which is 45 sentences and not 11. But, all right. 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who here gave their lives that that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here have consecrated it far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little note, nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living rather, to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here, dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead, we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave their last full measure of devotion. That we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth.
To 4 different.
All right, and so now you're going to do for us the Gettysburg Address a little bit as William Shatner.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so I learned this from just my sort of acting skills and years of doing this. 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition of all men are created. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. We're met in a great battlefield of that war. We've come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who here gave their lives to that nation might live. It's altogether fitting and proper that we should do this, but in a larger sense. I do like baseball broadcasters. I used to do sort of like a Bill Cosby goes like, see, everybody does a Bill Cosby, see, but I can't really do that anymore. But I've done, Hawk Harrelson, he's a Chicago White Sox broadcaster. I haven't really been able to do the Gettysburg Address in his voice, but I've been able to do like his calls, which he goes, he gone, or stretch, the ball hit high and deep, way back. You can put it on the board, mercy, best Sox win it, yes. the Red Sox guys, Joe Castiglione and Jerry Remy, they go, "Welcome everybody to Fenway Park in Boston, Massachusetts. It's New York Yankees baseball, and it's brought to you live on the show." And there's Philadelphia guys. I forget what the guy's name is. I think it's like Steve. Yeah, I don't know what the guy's name is, but he goes, "Bernardino going back to the track, to the wall, reaches up, he just stole away a home run. Roger Bernardino played that perfectly."